सवल्गुहास प्रणय निरीक्षिण कल्पितो रुमाना कृतमनुकृतवत्य उन्मदान्धा प्रकृतिमगन किल यस्य गोपवद्वा कृतमनुकृतवत्य उन्मदान्धा प्रकृतिमगन किल यस्य गोपवद्वा नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे पाश्चात्तदेशतारिणे। हरे कृष्णा। जैसे बड़ी भूख लगी हो,
as when we are very hungry and our favorite food is in front of us and we keep on eating it, the stomach gets filled, but our heart is never fulfilled or satisfied. Similarly, since last 1 month, we have been listening and singing Damodar Ashtakam, offering the lamb according to our situation. We are trying to follow the Bhishma Panchak as well. The stomach is getting filled. The days are passing by, but our heart is still unsatisfied. So when we are sitting together to have our meals, the people around us get up, so with some shame we also have to finish it and get up. So today is the last day of this Kartik month according to the Bharat verse year. So it is very difficult to part with it, but what are we supposed to do? The time has elapsed, and so on this last day of the Kartik month and Bhishma Panchak, let's listen and remember the glories of these days, and we will proceed further towards the Shrimad Bhagavatam Katha. So you all might have followed the Bhishma Panchak, and if you haven't done so far, then we should at least try to imbibe 5 principles from his life. That also is Bhishma Panchak. If I don't elaborate much and tell in short, then Bhishma Pitama through his life has shown us so many things. It's possible that he didn't have any fault to present a ideal behavior and to give some teachings to this human society. He behaved in some manner. And something very interesting is that the title of this Bhagavatam Katha is Panchatatva. So we will start that discussion from tomorrow. So what we are supposed to learn from Bhishma Pitama is first and foremost taking care of our parents. The son of Ganga Mai, Bhishma Pitama, has portrayed how a person can satisfy their parents by serving them with their full heart, body, and mind. He satisfied his father, Shantanu Maharaj. Sometimes it so happens that even we want to satisfy our fathers, we want to serve them, but our father is entangled in this material enjoyment. So even Shantanu Maharaj was entrapped in material desires. He had the desire to marry Satyavati. But still, that Devrat, the son of Shantanu, that is Bhishma, he understood his father's wish, and after understanding it, he went to Satyavati. As you might be aware of the past time, Satyavati's parents said that we will marry her, but her children or offspring should be the king of the kingdom. So, although it was Bhishma Pitama's position to be the king, but he let it forgo, and but they asked him that if you have agreed, but what about your spouse in future? So he took another vow that if you think that, then I will take a vow that I will never marry anyone. What a great sacrifice just to satisfy and make his father happy. He took a vow not to get married. And what is going on in today's world? Even if the father doesn't desire, they marry according to their own wishes. And people who do that, they always get distressed for sure. Krishna has discussed about the gunas in Bhagvat Gita, and he said Sattva gun, or the mode of goodness, is that initially you might feel distress, but the result is magnificent. But if you do something in ignorance, you feel very much happy, but the result or outcome is very, very saddening. So today's kids just see the result. They don't care for the result, but just for so they just look for momentary happiness and they ignore the result. So this is what we should learn from Bhishma Pitama. So because Bhishma Pitama took such a great vow, his father gave him a boon that you will die only when you desire, otherwise you will live for eternity. So that is the fruit of serving your parents. So the second point, although there are so many things, but the major points we are sharing here. So the second teaching is we should not eat contaminated food. So what is contaminated food or bad food? If we see or take a leaf from his life, then whatever we eat, which is earned through sinful activities, destroys our mind. Even if we have to live on a chapati that is dried up, still we should eat that better than cheating others and earning our livelihood. So people who earn their livelihood in unchaste or sinful manner, then that money accumulated brings sin, and person who eats that food also incurs that sin to their life. When Bhishma Pitama was giving or sharing the transcendental knowledge to the Pandavas, which is a great transcendental knowledge which he has shared. So when he was saying all this, then Draupadi started laughing and she said that right now you are talking about great religious principles of statehood, womanhood, etc. But when the people were forcing to disrobe me, then at that time, what happened to your intellectualism and intellect? That time Bhishma Pitama confessed. He said that I was there and I was the same Bhishma, but at that time, due to eating the food from Duryodhana, my intellect has been contaminated because I had taken the food from a sinful person. And when your husband attacked me with so many arrows, so so the blood that was created by the sinful food of Duryodhana had flown, and now my mind and intellect is pure or cleansed. So in totality, even if it less, that is fine, but our life should be pure and sinless. This is the learning from Bhishma Pitama. The third learning from him is the Gopi Bhav, or the mellow of Gopi. So he was a 450-year-old man with long beard, but the mellow that was in his heart was of the denizens of Raja, that is the gopis. And when he is venerating the Lord, it manifests in his veneration. So no matter how much you try to hide your feelings, but someday they come on your tongue. Although Bhishma Pitama was a warrior and was always in the mellow of courage and bravery, he was a brave heart, but he was in Gopi Bhav. We can see in his stuti or veneration.
Saval guhas pranaya nirikshina kalpito rumana kritamanu unmadanda hari prakriti magan kilayasya go pavadva. इस श्लोक में
So in this verse, Pitama Bhishma is offering his veneration to Lord Shri Krishna, and he says, Lalit Gati. When you were in Braj, so at that time, this your walk used to be very graceful. He never walks straight. His walk is amazing. Narsi Mehta said that I will gamble everything on your walk.
गिरिधर लाल तमारा लटकाने बलिहारी रे हो बलिहारी रे सुंदर श्याम तमारा लटकाने हूँ तो वारी रे गिरिधर लाल तमारा लटकाने। क्या क्या गाएंगे लेकिन श्री नरसिंह मेहता ने कहा कि मैं वारी जाऊं आपके।
Narsi Mehta said that I can give everything
क्या नहीं किया
on your walk.
पर गोवर्धन उठा लिया
You just picked the Govardhan, and in other step, you kill so many demons. And here, Bhishma Pitama is said that people get killed by your walk. Are you aware that out of 84 lakh species, that the walk of elephant is very beautiful? He walks independently and he walks in his own mood. He doesn't care about anyone else.
और जो मस्ती में होता है वही हस्ती में होता है मतलब जो मस्ती में उसी की हस्ती है बाकी तो जीवन दुख और दारिद्र्य में बीत ही रहा है सो कहने का अर्थ
People are suffering in distress and unhappiness, but a person who is carefree lives like a king. So he says that your walk is amazing. The way you see or look at the gopis with your side glance, it breaks our heart. And he says that you said that you need not to, you won't pick any weapon, but you don't even need a weapon. Your side glance and your smile, Turumana, means it hurts the gopis and your devotees. And because of that, the gopis were maddened in your love. They have left everything and they came to you. Pitama Bhishma was following the denizens of Braja. And who is our ideal deity? That is, so the denizens of Braja are our idol. But for Bhishma Pitama, the idol were gopis. And how did he made them his idol? I'm talking about the manifested Leela. that Radha and Krishna got married. But if you see, Radha Rani was married to Gop Abhimanyu, and Radha and Krishna were different. And so there was a mood of separation. Swakiya means our, Parkiya means although he is not ours, but still he is everything for me. That is Parakiya Bhav. Although Radha and Krishna married other people, but yet they were everything for each other. And that is what Melo Bhishma had. Although he was on the side of unrighteous Duryodhana, yet he used to pray on Lord Shri Krishna. So this is what we should learn. People say that it is very difficult for us because we are entangled in material universe. We are in such a home where we cannot perform devotional service. So although with our body we have been of someone else, but internally we should be fully surrendered to the Lord. As Radhaji married Abhimanyu Gop, but at the same time internally she had surrendered herself to Lord Sri Krishna. This is what we should learn from Bhishma Pitama.
तो कितनी चीज हुई? सबसे पहले भीष्म पंचक में पहला क्या है? माता सेवा। दूसरा है दूषित अन्न का त्याग करना चाहिए, पापमय अन्न नहीं खाना चाहिए। और तीसरा गोपी भाव, परकीय भाव। चाहे शरीर से हम कहीं भी कमिटेड हो, लेकिन अंदर से कृष्ण ही हमारे सर्वस्व है, ये भाव। पितामह भीष्म से चौथी
And the fourth learning that we should learn from Bhishma Pitama is beautiful. That is the desire to please Lord Shri Krishna. So we will say that we also do it. We also try to make him happy. But rather than his happiness, we are more inclined to our happiness. We are serving. And are you clicking the pictures rightfully? So we focus more on our happiness rather than happiness of the Lord. But what does Bhishma Pitama teaches us or taught us? He said that whether I am honored or dishonored, but my Krishna should always be respected. And he said that it was Krishna's desire that this war of Mahabharata should happen. But until the point Bhishma Pitama sides with Duryodhana, no, Duryodhana will never get ready to fight. So just because, for the reason he participated in the war, although he might be criticized in the future for the same, that he supported the unrighteous Duryodhana. So although he might be misinterpreted or misrepresented, yet my Lord will be satisfied. So he took that blame on him. He took the dishonor, disrespect, just to make Krishna satisfied and happy. That we should learn from the Lord, especially when we are in a great devotional service. When somebody takes care of the society, so, our hands get dirty when we work in coal mine. Although we work hard and do our work, after 60 years, we have got a good leadership. We got a good leadership. But people who want to criticize or envy, he will be criticized. And he's criticized. Even Lord Krishna was criticized even the Lord was not spared, then what about us, ordinary beings? Even if we get the blame or people have to say whatever they want to say, but my Krishna should be satisfied and happy. That is what Bhishma Pitama had taught.
चाहे मान प्रतिष्ठा मिले न मिले, अपमान गले पे बंधाना पड़े, धन दौलत की परवाह नहीं, कर नित्य जन्म बिताना पड़े। हम तो कृष्ण के ही रहेंगे, कृष्ण की ही
So
सेवा।
we will be Krishna's eternally and will serve him.
पंचक में अब देखो भीष्म पंचक में भूखे भूखे मरे और इन शिक्षाओं को जीवन में न उतारे,
so if we have fasted for Bhishma Panchak but don't follow the principles or imbibe these values, then that is a futile exercise. So the main fasting is to imbibe these values in our lives. First and foremost, to serve our parents, we should never eat contaminated food. Third, Gopi Bhav, or the mellow of separation. The fourth, whether we are respected or disrespected, we should keep Krishna's pleasure at center. And the fifth teaching from him, which are very important, and only it is very subtle thing, so you need to understand carefully, so please try. So the fifth teaching is we should never stand with unrighteous person. In he portrayed in his life, although he was a Mahabharat who had the knowledge of what's in Lord's heart, that is, he's one of the 12 Mahajanas. He's amongst the 12 Mahajans, but such a great, exalted devotee of the Lord supported the unrighteous, and he had to die on the hands of Lord Sri Krishna. Although he never did anything unrighteous in his life, if we try to contemplate more, he never did anything wrong in his life. I don't say anything or other, but if you support a person who is unrighteous, if you sit with someone like that, is also unrighteous. This is what we need to understand. So sometimes people don't do anything wrong, but where there is envy or criticism, they enjoy that internally. So Bhishma Pitama never did anything negative work in his life. He never abused anyone or misbehaved with anyone. But when the unrighteous was happening, there he was sitting in that assembly. He was standing with unrighteous people. So if you support unrighteous person, that is equivalent to being following the unrighteous principles. So in whatever organization we are or in whatever assembly we are, and if in that there is some unrighteous things happening, then either we should rectify it, and if they don't rectify it, then like Vidur, they should leave the place. And they're sitting there on that post and position is a great sin which was committed by Bhishma Pitama, but he did it just to teach us. the greed of the position makes us participate in with unrighteous people. So, who tried to disrupt Draupadi, that was Dushasan. But whoever was sitting there, Krishna selected them all and killed them. Although the sinner was Dushyasana or Duryodhana, because Duryodhana said, and he did. But Krishna killed everybody who was in that assembly because he wanted to portray that the sin that they have incurred is equivalent to the people who were sitting there and didn't reacted anything. So in any society or assembly, we should be very careful. This is what Bishop Pitama has taught us. If there is something unrighteous that is going on there, then we should never support that. Like Vedurji, we should try to rectify it or we should leave it at all cost. So we should not see fault finding in others, but if we want to follow, then we should not follow the unrighteous.
चाय कॉफी पीने वाले का एक्टिवेट नहीं होगा क्योंकि वो तो सो गया गाय का दूध पीते हैं उसका एक्टिवेट होगा अब ये हुई पर्दे के आगे की बात.
So this is what was externally visible, that we should not support the unrighteous. But internally, if what people misbehave with us or have unrighteous behavior towards us, then what should we do? So if somebody misbehaves with us or do some unrighteous things with us, then what action we should take? Then we should try to understand that a person who is doing unrighteous things to us, then what should we think? That a person who is criticizing me is Mahabharat Bhishma Pitama. We should respect them like the same.
मैंने पहले ही कहा छोटा मगज काम करना जरूरी है. यदि कोई हमसे अधर्म करे,
so if somebody is unrighteous towards us, then we should think that he is great than us. So we should offer more obeisances to them. We should respect them more. Why? We should listen carefully. Pitama Bhishma had supported the unrighteous people. Why? First, because it was the desire of Lord Shri Krishna. And secondly, for the fame of the Lord. Had Bishop Pitama not been in opposition, would have been listened to the pastimes of Krishna and Bhishma. We sing the glories of Krishna. We won't be able to enjoy that had it not happened. So Bhishma Pitama did that. Why? To magnify the glories of the Lord and to fulfill his desire. And if somebody is unrighteous towards us, if he criticizes us or abuses us or is unrighteous towards us, then what should we? If somebody is criticizing me, that is Krishna's desire. And why? He wants me to be famous. For your information, your associates, people who support you will not be able to magnify your glory as your people who oppose you make you more glorious. History is full of such examples. So when Krishna's desire is that my devotees should be more famous, then they prepare a Bhishma, and that Bhishma criticizes us.
फलाना है, ये वैसा है, वे वैसा है, और फिर समाज आज नहीं तो कल पता चलने
And
वाला है,
society
और
understands
फिर वो
today or
क्रोध
tomorrow.
गुना बढ़ जाती है.
And then,
तो
when
कोई हमसे
the truth
अधर्म
comes
करे
out, the
तो
fame
उसे पितामह
increases
भीष्म समझना
manifolds.
चाहिए और भीष्म की तरह उसे आदर देना चाहिए,
So we should respect
क्योंकि
such
वो
people who
कृष्ण
are
की
unrighteous
इच्छा
to
पूर्ण
us,
कर रहा है.
because
भगवान
he's
को कहने
fulfilling
वाला
the
नहीं है,
desire of
नहीं तो इस
Krishna
दुनिया
to
में
make us famous.
सगे
Otherwise,
भाइयों
in
के
this
लिए,
world,
अपनी पत्नी के लिए 2 मिनट का टाइम किसी के पास नहीं,
nobody
और
spares
निंदा करने वाले घंटों भर हमारे
time for
ऊपर
their
बैठे
own
हैं.
brother
ये
or
जानते
wife,
हो,
but they
ये हमारी
spend
निंदा करने वाले
hours to
घंटा
criticize
मतलब घंटों भर
us.
वो भगवान को इतना रिस्पेक्ट नहीं देते
They
जितना
don't
हमको देते हैं. तो अच्छा ही कर रहे हैं. और आपको ये सब समझ में
spend
नहीं
that
आए तो
much
मेरी भाषा
time
में
to
समझाऊं. यदि
remember the Lord,
रावण
but they remember us.
कंस
So, if you don't
हिरण्यकशिपु
understand
जैसे
this, then
अधर्मी
let me
न
tell you,
होते तो क्या
had
कृष्ण की कीर्ति बढ़ती?
the unrighteous people
अगर
like
कृष्ण की ख्याति कीर्ति में
Hiranyakashipu,
नेगेटिव इतने पावरफुल है,
Ravana, etc.,
कुंभकर्ण, कंस,
and
हिरण्यकशिपु,
Kansa,
यदि ये लोग न होते तो कृष्ण की
then
कीर्ति
had
कैसे बढ़ती?
Krishna be that much famous?
अंदर की बात कहूं, आजकल ये बॉलीवुड हॉलीवुड मूवी
So,
जो है ना,
this
ये तब
movies from
सुपरहिट
Hollywood,
होती
Bollywood
हैं जो
are
विलन बहुत
super hit
अच्छा हो.
when the villain is
विलेन यदि
strong.
पावरफुल हो ना तो फिल्म हिट. अब पिछले दिनों वो पद्मावती फिल्म आई थी ना, पद्मावत आई थी ना,
Few
खिलजी ने
years,
क्या रोल किया, ये
Padmavati
पूरी
movie came
फिल्म
in.
हिट गई अलाउद्दीन
Khilji
खिलजी के रोल के
be
कारण. तो विलन को
acted
पावरफुल
so
होना
well.
चाहिए. विलन
The
यदि
film was
पावरफुल हो
successful because
तो फिल्म
of
हिट है.
the
कहने का अर्थ यह है कि जितना
per-
विरोध
power
करोगे,
of the villain.
आजकल तो बॉलीवुड में ट्रेंड चला है
So
कि
these
जिस
days there is a
फिल्म का
trend in
बॉयकॉट ज्यादा होता
Bollywood.
है
The movies
वो
that are
फिल्म ज्यादा
boycotted,
हिट होती है. लोग तो
they
चाहते
become
हैं कि
more
हमारी
super
फिल्म
hit.
बॉयकॉट हो,
People
हमारा
think that
विरोध
our
हो.
movies should be boycotted or
और यदि
opposed.
इतिहास के पत्ते पलटे
And if we
तो
see, take a
मूलदास जो
reference
है
from
गुजरात
history,
सौराष्ट्र के संत मूलदास,
the
रविदास,
Sant
मीराबाई,
Muldas,
नरसिंह मेहता,
Mirabai,
इन लोगों
Narsi
का
Mehta,
कितना विरोध हुआ.
they were
और आपको
criticized
जानकारी
a
है,
lot and opposed a
इन
lot,
सब संतों की
but
ख्याति तब बढ़ी जब
their
उनका
fame
विरोध हुआ.
arose only when they were
संत
opposed.
मूलदास इतने विख्यात नहीं थे, लेकिन जब
Sant
उनका
Muldas
विरोध
was
किया
not
गया
that
समाज
famous,
में
but
और
when the
उनका
society
वास्तविक जब आ
opposed
गए
him,
तब
criticized
पूरा
him,
गुजरात,
then
पूरा
the
भारत
whole
हरिदास
Gujarat and
ठाकुर
the
को
whole
समझ.
world,
हरिदास ठाकुर इतने
Bharat, he
फेमस
became
नहीं थे,
famous.
लेकिन उनसे
Haridas
बहुत
also
बोले
was not that
मुस्लिम और
famous,
उनका विरोधी
but
बोले
because he was
हरिदास
opposed
ठाकुर
by the
विख्यात हो गए.
Muslims, he
मीराबाई भी
became
फेमस नहीं थी,
famous.
नरसी उतने जूनागढ़ के छोटे से गामड़े में रहते थे,
Narsi Mata used to
लेकिन
stay in a
जूनागढ़
small
में
village
उन्होंने
of
नरसिंह मेहता
Junagadh,
के ऊपर चोरी का इल्जाम लगाया
but
और
as
नरसिंह
he
मेहता को
was
कारागार में बंद करवाया.
called a thief and
और जब भगवान के द्वारा
imprisoned,
वो सब
and
साबित
when
हुआ
the
तो
Lord
उनकी ख्याति
himself
पूरी
proved
दुनिया में बढ़ गई.
that he was not the thief, his
पितामह
fame
भीष्म की जीवनी से हमें ये
manifested
सीखना
in
है
the whole world. That
कि
is what we
हमें
should learn
अधर्म के
from
साथ
Bhishma
नहीं
Pitama,
देना है.
that we should never support
और दूसरा,
unrighteous
यदि
people.
कोई हमसे अधर्म
And if
करता है
somebody is unrighteous
तो
towards
उसको
us,
रिस्पेक्ट करना है,
then we should
उनको
respect him
थैंक यू
more.
कहना है.
We should
और
thank
उसको
them,
पितामह भीष्म की
express our
तरह
gratitude.
भगवान का एक मैसेंजर समझना है
We should
कि ये
take
हमारी
it
निंदा
as a
करने वाला
messenger to us,
कृष्णा
because
को
he's criticizing
साबित
me
कर रहा
to
है और
fulfill
हमारी ख्याति
Krishna's
बढ़ा
desire
रहा है.
to increase our fame.
वर्तमान में थोड़ा सा आगे पीछे होगा, पर यार लाइफ
So
में
it
जब
might
आगे
take
पीछे ना हो
time,
तो आनंद कहाँ. तो सिंपल सी एक ही स्केल में लाइफ
but
चले, रूखी सूखी
if the
चले.
life moves
लाइफ
in
में
the same
ऑसिलेशन होना चाहिए, कभी उतार कभी चढ़ाव
scale,
होगा
then
तो
it will
जीवन
not be
जीना.
enjoyable. When there is some modulation
कैसे लोग
up and
जीते
down,
हैं.
then only it becomes
तो
interesting.
पितामह भीष्म की
So
जीवनी
we
से
need
ये
such
5
people as
वचन
well.
हम सीखें, जीवन में उतारे और हमारे जीवन को
So
हम
we
धन्य
should
कर
try
सकते हैं.
to imbibe
तो
these values in our
भीष्म
life
पंचक
and
की ये 5 शिक्षा और
work for
आज
our welfare.
हम सब ब्रज
So
वृंदावन
now
की यात्रा कर रहे हैं
we are
और
traveling in
वृंदावन के
Braj
दर्शन के
Vrindavan.
साथ
With
हम हमारी इस
we
कथा
should
को और भी
proceed further
मनोज्ञ
this
बनाएं.
Katha Vidarshan.
वृंदावन की महिमा संतों ने बहुत सुंदर कही.
The
एक बार
saints have said
अयोध्या जाओ.
beautifully about
बोलो बोलो आप.
glories of Vrindavan
एक
that
बार अयोध्या जाओ, 2 बार द्वारिका,
we should go one
3
time for
बार
Ayodhya,
जाके त्रिवेणी में
twice
नहावो
to
विंध्य में.
Dwarika, and third time to Triveni for and take a dip. And if you take the dip in Triveni thrice and 4 times Chitrakoot, 9 times Nasik, and again to Badri, and no matter where you go for lakhs and crores of times, you will not find any pleasure as similar to the pleasure in Vrindavan. And we are singing the glories of such Vrindavan Dham. We are meditating on that. So let's proceed to the darshan and move forward. So the day 4th is arrived. So on the 4th day, we will go to Dhruv Tila. This is a beautiful place. In Vrindavan, there are 12 forests or vanas, and among them, one of the forests is named Madhuvan. There is a beautiful place called Dhruv Tila. So let's see and listen simultaneously. So Tila is a place that is raised from the ground. So as you can see, people are climbing. So Dhruv Maharaj meditated on the Lord here on this place. This is a beautiful temple of Dhruv Narayan. And in this whole world, this is the only temple of Dhruv Narayan, and that is in Madhuvan. So as you're aware of the pastime, in the 4th canto of Shrimad Bhagavatam, there is a pastime that after listening the speech of his stepmother, he got hurt and he left his home. On the path, he met Narad Muni and he was tested. And Narad Muni told him that if you want to meditate on the Lord, then you should have an appropriate place. So Narad Muni guided him that you should go on the banks of Yamuna ji in the Madhuvan forest. And oh Dhruva, oh my dear, you should directly go to Madhuvan and you should meditate on Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That is the 12 word mantra. And by just meditating on that, you will attain the Lord. And Dhruv Maharaj came to this Madhuvan. He performed austerity. This is such a beautiful place. And it is said that Dhruva was 5 years old. And in just 6 months, he satisfied and attained the Lord. And as you're aware, so this place is in Madhuvan. So as you see this place, this place that looks like a home, this is the cave of Lavanasur. So there is a beautiful pastime of this as well. So this Madhuvan is attached to Satyuga's pastime and Kalyuga as well. In Satyuga, he killed a demon, Madhu, and in the Tapar Yuga, he killed. There was the son of Madhu, Lavnasur, who had a trident, and till the point he had that trident, nobody can kill him. So because of that power, he was misusing it, and Lord Ram was the king. So that was the Treta Yuga, sorry. So the sages and saints complained to Lord Ram that please do something about this Lavanasur, so that we can so that we are supported in our devotional service. So Ramji sent his son Shatrughan, although he didn't want it to leave, but because he was ordered by his elder brother, he started and he came. And while coming, he said that, how will I live without you? So, can you do me a favor? Please give me the deity of Varahadev. I will have your darshan in the deity itself. So he took Varahadev with him and established it in Mathuraji, and he started staying there. And one day he went to the forest for hunting without taking the trident, and in between he met Shatrughan, and Shatrughan killed him. So the next darshan is Krishna Kund. This is amazing. The glories of this attached to Dwapar Yuga. Lord Sri Krishna daily used to get up and he used to go with his associates or friends to graze the cows. So usually here he used to come here to graze the cows with his friends or denizens of Raja. So they were hungry, so they all ate. And then his friend said that we are thirsty. So with his own flute, he made a hole, and there the water manifested, and everybody started drinking that water. So Krishna also became thirsty. So we usually drink by taking it in our hands. But the cows and calves drink it with their mouth directly. So Krishna were acting or copying that the cows and calves. So that means that the water here has been touched by the lips of the Lord Krishna himself. So it has the nectar of his lips. So here Lord Shri Krishna used to play with his friends. So this is the playground of Lord Shri Krishna and his associates. Sometimes Krishna used to play hututu, kabaddi, etc., hide and seek, etc. They used to play so many variety of games with each other, and usually he used to lose in those games. And when he was defeated, he was punished. So a person who is victorious will be carried by the person who gets defeated. So Krishna used to lose most of the time, and opposite used to say that now that you have lost, so you should carry us. And but he used to refuse that I'm the son of a king. So a prince never carries somebody. He said that here you are not the son of a king, but here you are our friend. So here now you have to carry us. So there used to be a sweet conversation, and they used to tell that you should not play with us tomorrow. Just imagine the place where all those pastimes have happened. We went there, took the darshan, and this is the place where they used to eat prasadam, and we also got prasadam here. It was a great arrangement from our team. So we used to eat in the midst of the forest, and it was so pleasurable and enjoyable, blissful. So after that, we went to the temple of Shatrughanji, and after that, it was the Dvitiya. So yesterday was Happy New Year, and this taking a holiday in Yamunaji on the second day is very auspicious. And it is said that if someone takes a holiday in Vishram Wharf, then they never have to see the face of the Lord of Death, that is Yamraj. And even Varahadev killed Hiranyaksh and took rest here. So after taking the dip here, just adjacent to that is the birthplace of Lord Shri Krishna. And the place where the prison where Krishna took birth, even today, that prison cell is there, and we all went there and took the darshan. So let's proceed to the Radha Madhav and remembering Braj Vrindavan. So let's sing the glory and then proceed to the Katha.
गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन
श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन
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 कालिंदी जमुना जय जय महावन
कालिंदी यमुना जय जय महावन
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन
केशी घाट वंशी वट द्वादश काना
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 जहाँ सब लीला कोयले श्री नंद नंद
जहाँ सब लीला कोयले श्री नंद नंद
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन
श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन
श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन
श्री नंद जशोदा जय जय गोपगान
श्री नंद यशोदा जय जय गोपगान
श्री नंद जशोदा जय जय गोपगान
श्री नंद यशोदा जय जय गोपगान
श्री दामादि जय जय धेनु वत्सगान
श्री दामादि जय जय धेनु वत्सगान
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन
श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन
श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन
जय वृषभानु जय कीर्तिदा सुंदरी,
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 जय पूर्णमासी जय अभिरनागरी,
जय पूर्णमासी जय अभिरनागरी,
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन,
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन,
श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन,
श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन,
जय गोपीश्वर जय वृंदावन माय,
जय गोपेश्वर जय वृंदावन माय,
जय जय गोपीश्वर वृंदावन माय,
जय जय गोपेश्वर वृंदावन माय,
जय कृष्ण सखा भटो भटो द्विजराज,
जय जय कृष्ण सखा भटु द्विजरा,
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन,
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन,
श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन,
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 जय राम घाट जय रोहिणी नंदा,
जय राम घट जय रोहिणी नंदा,
जय राम घाट जय रोहिणी नंदा,
जय राम घट जय रोहिणी नंदा,
जय जय वृंदावन वासी जत जय,
जय जय वृंदावन वासी जत जन,
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन,
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन,
श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन,
श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन,
जय द्विज पत्नी जय नाग कन्या
जय द्विज पत्नी जय नाग कन्या
भक्ति जहार पाइलो श्री नंदनंद,
भक्ति रजहार पाइलो गोविंद चरण,
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन,
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन,
श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन,
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 श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की, श्री वृंदावन धाम की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे श्याम।
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So what a wonderful yatra we are having. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद प्रभु जी। और जैसे प्रभु जी ने कल बताया था कि there are so many devotees who wanted to express, the realization of their yatra with us. So we'll directly approach to them first. Later on we'll continue with our announcement and further yatra and darshan. So I would like to invite Her Grace Madhuri Leela Mataji, very dear disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, is with us, who was witnessing our yatra during Kartik month. So Mataji se nivedan hai, कृपया अपना mic on करें. Yes, please Mataji.
Hare Krishna, can you hear me?
Yes Mataji, absolutely clear.
So thank you so much to the entire team. लाल गोविंद प्रभु और उनकी पूरी टीम ने इस वृंदावन यात्रा में बहुत ही सुंदर आयोजन किया था। मेरे बचपन से प्रभुपाद जी की कृपा से राधा गोपीनाथ मंदिर से जुड़ने के कारण से हम बचपन से ही राधानाथ स्वामी महाराज के साथ यात्रा पे जाते थे। और जब ग्रुप छोटा होता है भक्तों का, व्हेन इट्स अ स्मॉलर ग्रुप, तो सभी स्थान पर जाकर बैठकर उन स्थानों के दर्शन करके वहीं बैठकर कथा सुनने का जो सौभाग्य है वो मुझे प्राप्त हुआ था। बट जैसे ही समय बढ़ता गया और जिस कांग्रीगेशन में मैं थी वो कांग्रीगेशन बढ़ता गया, सो वी वर नाउ, कोरोना से पहले जो यात्रा हुई थी राधानाथ स्वामी महाराज की, हम 7,000 भक्त थे जो एक साथ यात्रा पे गए। और जब इतने बड़ी संख्या होती है तो हर एक स्थान पे सभी भक्तों को एकत्रित जाना वाज वेरी डिफिकल्ट, बहुत मुश्किल पड़ जाता है लॉजिस्टिकली। और मेरी इच्छा थी कि मैं अपने बेटे को ऐसे छोटे ग्रुप में सभी स्थान में जाकर भोजन लेना, यमुना जी का स्नान करना, ये सब करने के लिए मैं कृष्णा की कृपा से मुझे इस संघ का संपर्क हो गया। लाल गोविंद प्रभु और सारे भक्तों के संग हम जाने लगे। और जैसे मेरे बचपन में हम जाते थे महाराज जी के साथ, सब स्थानों पर बैठ के सुनते थे, करते थे, जो अब क्योंकि संख्या बड़ी हो गई, अभी इतना मुश्किल होता है सब भक्तों के साथ। हालांकि थोड़े ग्रुप्स में जाके अलग अलग भक्त करते हैं दर्शन वगैरह, पर इस यात्रा में इट वाज लाइक माय ओल्ड डेज, इट वाज लॉट ऑफ फन। सभी भक्त साथ में प्रसाद लेना, स्थानों पर कथा सुनना, कीर्तन करना, डांसिंग कीर्तन करना, भजन, प्रसाद, सब एक साथ। सो अगर आप में से कोई जो यहाँ देख रहा हो और इस यात्रा को मिस कर दिया हो तो प्लीज नेक्स्ट यात्रा जरूर आइएगा, सो दैट बिफोर this group becomes 10,000 devotees, which I really hope it does. पर जब तक छोटा है, 700 भी छोटा नहीं है, बट फिर भी जब तक आपको मिल रहा है अपॉर्चुनिटी, please do join us for the next यात्रा with this beautiful team of devotees. आपका ध्यान रखा जाएगा एंड आपको बाद में फिर कहना नहीं पड़ेगा, अरे काश मैं 2023 में चली गई होती तो अच्छा होता. So I really had a very nice time. I thank all the devotees who organized this yatra. It's not easy. मेरे पिताजी यात्रा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में थे और मैं जानती हूँ, मैंने देखा है कि बहुत कठिनाइयों का सामना करना पड़ता है, and it is a thankless job. So I would really like to thank all the organizers for putting this together. आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. आपने बहुत सुंदर तरीके से सब कुछ संभाला और हमें इस यात्रा का लाभ दिया. Thank you so much. हरे कृष्णा.
धन्यवाद माधुरी लीला माता जी फॉर सच एन इंस्पायरिंग वर्ड. माता जी बचपन से ही श्री राधा गोपीनाथ मंदिर में बड़े बड़े हैं और उन्होंने यात्रा को स्मॉल स्केल से लेकर लार्ज स्केल तक देखा है. एंड वी हैड एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू विद अस, वो हमारे साथ में जुड़े और हमारा आनंद और उत्साह वर्धन किया. उसके लिए माता जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. थैंक यू सो मच. और आइए हम कुछ अनाउंसमेंट है, उसके बाद कथा को प्रारंभ करेंगे. सो यस, धन्यवाद. यहाँ पर फटाके ज्यादा फूट रहे हैं क्योंकि आज अंतिम दिन है कार्तिक का भी और तुलसी विवाह है. सो स्पेशली दिस सिटी इज नोन एज यहाँ पर फेस्टिवल बहुत ज्यादा सेलिब्रेट करते हैं. सूरत इज नोन स्पेशली फॉर, सो प्लीज बेयर विथ मी. ओके, सो बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. सभी भक्तों का स्वागत है अमृत चर्चा परिवार में, इस ऑनलाइन भागवत कथा में, जहां पर हम आज इस द्वितीय दिवस की कथा को श्रीमान लाल गोविंद जी के मुखारविंद से श्रवण कर रहे हैं. और परम सौभाग्य है कि श्री राधा गोविंद गौशाला द्वारा आयोजित अमृत चर्चा ऑनलाइन कॉन्फ्रेंस के द्वारा श्रीमान लाल गोविंद जी के मुखारविंद से हम घर बैठे इस यात्रा को कर रहे हैं और ऐसे ही सुंदर कथा को रसास्वादन कर रहे हैं. सो वेरी ग्रेटफुल टू प्रभु जी. एंड साथ ही साथ हम धन्यवाद करते हैं हमारे इस यजमान परिवार का, वधुकुल फैमिली का, जिसके इस सुंदर मनोरथ के कारण हम सब एकत्रित होकर इस दिव्य कथा को श्रवण कर पा रहे हैं. सो एक बार हम हृदय से महामंत्र का उच्चारण करते हुए अभिवादन करना चाहेंगे इन महानुभावों का, जिनके इस सुंदर मनोरथ के कारण हम सबको यहाँ पर यह अवसर प्राप्त हुआ है कि हम अपने मन को कृष्ण में लगाए, कृष्ण चिंतन में लगा पा रहे हैं. सो आइए महामंत्र के द्वारा इनका अभिवादन करेंगे. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण। तत्पश्चात हम स्वागत और धन्यवाद करते हैं हमारे अमृत चर्चा परिवार के सभी भगवत गीता रसिक भक्तों का, जो कि हमारे साथ में यहाँ इस कथा में यहाँ पर हमारे साथ में जुड़े हैं। वेरी ग्रेटफुल टू यू ऑल एज वेल। आप सबका स्वागत है, धन्यवाद। और विशेष स्वागत उन वैष्णव का जो कि प्रथम बार हमारे साथ में इस हरि कथा में आज के इस सत्र में जुड़े हैं, उनका भी। और निवेदन करना चाहेंगे उन वैष्णव से जो कि प्रथम बार हमारे साथ में जुड़े हैं और वह चाहते हैं कि इस प्रकार के आने वाले कार्यक्रम की सूचना उनको पूर्व से ही मिलती रहे, जिससे कि वह आने वाले दिनों में हमारे साथ में इस प्रकार जुड़ सके और अपनी टाइम को इस प्रकार से स्केड्यूल कर सके, जिससे कि वह भी इस प्रकार की कथाओं को सुन सके। सो टू गेट एन अपडेट्स, रेगुलर अपडेट्स प्राप्त करने के लिए आप सभी से निवेदन है कि हमारा जो परफेक्ट सेवा नंबर है, जिसके माध्यम से आप हमारे साथ में जुड़ सकते हैं, आप इसका लाभ अवश्य लीजिएगा। तो यस, यदि आप चाहते हो कि आपको ये सारी सेवाओं का लाभ मिले और प्रभु जी के द्वारा होने वाली आने वाली भागवत कथाओं के कार्यक्रम की सूचना आपको पूर्व में मिल जाए, तो उसके लिए यहाँ पर हमारी ये जो परफेक्ट सेवा नंबर है जिसके माध्यम से सेवा को प्रसारित किया जाता है, आप इसका लाभ अवश्य ले सकते हैं। और इसे प्राप्त करने के लिए आप प्लीज यहाँ पर दिए गए व्हाट्सएप नंबर पर व्हाट्सएप कीजिएगा, जिससे कि आप आने वाले दिनों में इस सेवा को प्राप्त कर सके। सो जो हमारा व्हाट्सएप नंबर है दैट इज 756-756-7530। इस नंबर पर अपना नाम, नंबर, ईमेल, लोकेशन व्हाट्सएप कीजिएगा, जिससे कि आपको आने वाले दिनों में इन सेवाओं में सूची में ऐड किया जाएगा, जिससे कि आप आने वाले कार्यक्रम को हमारे साथ में श्रवण कर सके। सो आशा करेंगे आप इस सेवा का लाभ लेंगे और इस प्रकार हमारे साथ में जुड़े रहेंगे। और साथ ही साथ यदि आप हमारी YouTube चैनल के माध्यम से इस कथा को श्रवण कर रहे हैं, तो आप सभी से निवेदन है, अनुरोध है, कृपया इस चैनल को अवश्य सब्सक्राइब कीजिएगा, जिसका नाम है लाल गोविंद दास। और सब्सक्राइब करने के पश्चात आप पास में जो बेल आइकन का बटन देख रहे हैं उसे प्रेस कीजिएगा और उसमें भी ऑल नोटिफिकेशन सिलेक्ट कीजिएगा, जिससे कि आप एक भी नोटिफिकेशन मिस ना करें और इस प्रकार की कथाओं में हमारे साथ में बने रहेंगे। और विशेष आप सबसे अनुग्रह ये करेंगे कि आप इसे शेयर कीजिएगा, जिससे कि और भी भक्त इस प्रकार की कथाओं को श्रवण कर सके और अपने जीवन को धन्य कर सके। ऐसे ही जो फेसबुक के श्रोतागण हैं, उन्हें भी हम यही निवेदन करते हैं कि आप यदि फेसबुक के माध्यम से इस कथा को श्रवण कर रहे हैं, तो आप सबसे अनुरोध है, प्लीज हमारे इस फेसबुक पेज जिसका नाम है लाल गोविंद दास, इसे अवश्य लाइक कीजिएगा हमारे इस पेज को, जिससे कि हमें प्रेरणा मिलती है इस प्रकार के कार्यक्रम को और आपके बीच में लाने की। और साथ ही साथ यदि आप शेयर करेंगे तो और भी व्यक्ति इसका लाभ ले पाएंगे, इनका भी जीवन कृष्णमय हो सकता है आपके उस शेयर के माध्यम से। सो वी डोंट नो हमारे शेयर से किसका जीवन परिवर्तन होता है। हम देख रहे हैं इस ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म के माध्यम से अनेक फोन हमें प्राप्त होते हैं, फोन कॉल्स आते हैं saying that प्रभु जी इस कथा has changed our life. So this is something miracle that has happened just because you have said something somewhere और किसी न किसी को इसका लाभ प्राप्त हुआ है। So please keep on sharing so that the living being can get benefited. Okay. So please do share। और साथ ही साथ बहुत ही सुंदर हमारे इस वधुकुल फैमिली के द्वारा यहाँ पर ये भागवत कथा में सहयोग किया गया है, जिसका मूल विषय है पंचतत्व, जो कि आने वाले दिनों से हम श्रवण करने वाले हैं। तो आप सभी से निवेदन है, प्लीज आप अपने स्नेहीजनों को इसमें आमंत्रित कीजिएगा, जिससे कि हम सब ये सुंदर कथा को साथ में एकत्रित बैठकर श्रवण करें। सो आइए हम अधिक समय ना लेते हुए निवेदन करना चाहेंगे परम पूज्य राधा गोविंद गोस्वामी महाराज की कृपा पात्र शिष्य श्रीमान लाल गोविंद प्रभु जी से कि वह आज इस द्वितीय दिवस की कथा को श्रवण करना। धन्यवाद। हरे कृष्ण।
पटाखे यहाँ पे भी फूट रहे हैं। जय जय श्री राधा रमण, जय जय नवल किशोर, जय गोपी चित चोर प्रभु, जय गोपी चित चोर प्रभु, जय जय माखन चोर, जय जय माखन चोर श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की, जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की। एक बार महामंत्र बोल दीजिए, हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा और एक बार हरे कृष्णा
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
भरत भाई आ गए, मैं भरत भाई की राह देख रहा था।
हरि बोल।
તારે શું, યજમાન નું આવે ત્યાં સુધી આપણે થોડી આવાય। तो भरत भाई कृष्ण के पक्ष से हैं।
Bharat Bhai is from Krishna. No, he's from Radharani's, Tulsi Maharani's side
मैं दोनों के पक्ष
or team. I'm from both the teams.
उपस्थित भगवत कथा अनुरागी
I welcome all the mellowful devotees of Shrimad Bhagavatam, all the devotees.
परम सुशोभित करने
I
वाले
want to
हमारे अंतरराष्ट्रीय कृष्ण
heartfully welcome the senior devotees of the International Society of Krishna Consciousness Iskcon.
दूर दूर से
I also extend my welcome to all of you who have gathered from all the parts of the world through the medium of Facebook, YouTube, etc. in huge numbers. All the listeners who are listening to this beautiful katha, and Jivan Jadavji Vadukul and Manipin Vadukul Reverie, the organizers of this katha, Shri Bharat Bhai and Nayan Manjari Mataji, His Grace Vidur Prabhu, Vidurani Mata, Girit Bhai, Renuka Mataji, and all the kids. I welcome you all on the second day of the Shrimad Bhagavatam Katha. I welcome you all, and please accept our humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Radhe Shyam.
बहुत सुंदर पटाखे फूट रहे हैं।
So the celebration is going on. People are firing the crackers. Today the festival of Tulsi Shaligram marriage ceremony is being celebrated in our Iskcon. On the Purnima day, Tulsi and Tulsi Shaligram ji are married, but because of the lunar eclipse, it was organized on the Ekadashi day. For people who speak, we can speak any day. So the essence is that we should always have focus or Lord in our heart and mind. Are you aware that in the Kartik month, Shukla Paksh Ekadashi, or the Ekadashi prior to that, Lakshmi ji manifested, and the manifestation day of Tulsi ji and Shaligram Day ji as well. So in UP, Bihar, Gujarat, Rajasthan, etc., it is considered as the new year. But in the Western culture, January is the new year. But for us, post Diwali, we celebrate the new year. And we wish each other. So on the beginning of the new year, if we listen to the pastime of Lakshmi ji is appropriate, because on that day the accounts are venerated on this day, so that the Lakshmi ji is welcomed and she comes to our place. So that is why people serve her on this day. So through the medium of the pastime, on the Ekadashi of the Kartik month, how Lakshmi ji or the goddess of fortune manifested, and how Tulsi ji manifested, and the manifestation of Shaligram ji. So we are going to listen about them today. So you might be thinking that why we are bringing Lakshmi ji in between the marriage ceremony of Tulsi Shaligram. So if you don't have Lakshmi, then you will lose all the internet data, etc. So we need the blessings of the goddess of fortune. So the pastime is like this, that it's mentioned in the 10th canto of the Shrimad Bhagavatam. Once upon a time, on the banks of Saraswati river, and so many sages gathered, and they were performing a yajna for the world peace. So there was a question, whom should we offer the homa for this yajna or fire sacrifice? So some said that we should offer it to Lord Vishnu. Some said that we should offer it to Brahma because he is the creator of this world. So some argued that we should offer it to Lord Shiva because Shivji is the so as Shiva is the destroyer. So if we don't worship him or venerate him, then he will be unsatisfied, and there will be a distress. So everywhere there is fire going on, and there is everywhere distress and discussion. So even sages had this discord that whom should we offer this homa, but these sages were not like us. They said that okay, we should not fight, rather find a solution. So they said that we should take test of all these. So whoever passes, he is the Lord, and he should be venerated or given the homa. But who should go to test them? So the person who is greatest of all, that is Bhrigu Rishi, should be sent. And they all put him on the tree of the black gram. But although that is not a tree, it's a bush. But this is a saying. And Bhrigu Rishi was very happy because he should have refused that. Why? How can I test the Lord? But he agreed with zeal. So, but you should give me a question paper. how should I test them? So they said that the question is like, out of all these three, you should make them, you should agitate them and make them angry. And whoever gets angry is not the Lord, because Lord can never be angry. So Bhrigu Rishi started. First of all, he went to Brahma Lok. According to the relationship, Bhrigu is the son of Lord Brahma. And after so many years, a son is going to meet the father. He should he should bow down to him at his lotus feet. But when he went there, Brahmaji expected that he will bow down and I will give him benediction. But Bhrigu Rishi never bowed down at the feet of his father, and Brahmaji became angry. How I could have bore a son like this? He doesn't even have etiquette that he should offer obeisances to father. So he didn't manifested his anger externally, but internally he was angry. So Bhriguji realized that Brahmaji might be great, but he is not the Lord. So he went ahead and he went to Kailash to Lord Shiva. So Shivji was singing the glories of the Lord with Parvatiji in lap, and according to relationship, Brahma son are Shiva and Bhrigu, so they both are brothers, real brothers. So after so many days, two brothers meet, and Shivji had a overwhelming love towards his brother. He was running towards Bhrigu Rishi, and he said that, "Be careful, you should not touch me." So Shivji was astonished and he stopped. He said that you don't take a dip, you never bathe. People put powder and you put the dust of cremation ground. You have so many long hair. Sometimes I wish the kids these days have so much of beard and long hair. We get confused with it. Everybody's looking same. So I feel that giving the money to them and get. So everybody looks like Baba Ramdev these days. You associate with ghosts, etc. Shivji was thinking, he's my own brother, and I was about to embrace him, and he is criticizing me. Shivji became so much agitated that he started looking for his trident to attack his own brother. Then Parvati ji came and she thought that he is the elder brother. He should not be attacked. So she pacified. She said that it's not good to fight with your own brother. So no matter how much husband is angry with the in front of wife, everybody gets subdued. So the test was already performed. So he is a great personality, but he cannot be the Lord. So in front of Brahmaji, he did a little test. He just stayed there mute. But in front of Shiva, he made little difficult paper. But when he went to Vishuluka, he made it more hard. He attacked by speech Lord Shiva, and now he attacked Vishnuji with his own body. He went there, came there running, and he just kicked Lord Vishnu. He said that you day and night you sleep, don't have any other work. So in all the Vishnu forms you just sleep. Everybody is awake and you sleep yourself. And he kicked the Lord on his chest. When he kicked, then Lord Vishnu stood up and sat at the feet of Bhrigu Rishi and requested that, oh Brahmana, you came. I was not aware that you will come. Otherwise, had I known, I would have prepared so much to welcome you. In Lord Vishnu takes the feet of Bhrigu Rishi on his hand that, oh sage, please forgive me. My chest is strong or hard than Vajra. I just please forgive me if I had hurt your feet. I sleep. That you kicked me, so today I got my teaching. I promise you today, your heart, your feet on my heart will always remain there. Even today, there is a sign or feet of Bhrigu Rishi imprinted on the Lord's heart. Bhrigu Rishi was overwhelmed. He started crying. He said that you are the master of the whole world. If a person is attacked, he tolerates, but if someone attacks in front of his wife, nobody tolerates that. But the Lord tolerated. So we should learn tolerance from the Lord. So what I want to infer from here, so it was proved hence that the Lord of this world is Lord Krishna, oh Lord Vishnu himself. So it was cleared that Lord Vishnu should be given the fire. So, but there was another problem that arose. Lakshmiji said that you tolerate so many people. I cannot tolerate that. Anybody comes here and they kick you. I cannot tolerate this. And no matter what happened, you took his feet on your heart. You should remember that you promised that I will stay in your heart. There is a sign of the Lord, Shri Chin, on his heart. So you gave me the position, and now you have kept the feet of Bhrigu Rishi. So now we should decide whether you want to keep Bhrigu Rishi on your heart or me in your heart. So you know this pocket that we have, which side it is? So the upper pocket is on which side? It's always on the left. Why? It will be easier if it's on the right because we all are but usually the pocket is on left side.
नहीं सिखाता।
Bhagavad teaches us everything.
एक कारण
So the
लेफ्ट
reason
साइड में इसलिए है क्योंकि भगवान
is
विष्णु
that
की लेफ्ट साइड में
Bhagwan
जेब का
Vishnu's
फंक्शन
left
है।
side,
लेफ्ट साइड में जेब
Vish,
रखोगे ना तो
goddess of
सब
fortune
जगह
is there.
मिलेगी।
So if you keep it there, it will be
ये
always
लक्ष्मी जी का
fulfilled
ये
because the
परंपरा
goddess of
वर्षों
fortune
से
stays
चली
there.
आई है। पता नहीं हमारे पास कैसे पहुंची, लेकिन इसकी मूल जो है ना, इसकी जड़ वेदों में है।
So the root of
और
this
दूसरा लेफ्ट साइड
is
पर
in our
क्यों इसलिए?
Vedas.
क्योंकि हमारा हार्ट जो है
And
लेफ्ट
other
साइड पे
reason is
होता है।
that our heart is
और
on the
पैसा
left side,
प्राण की तरह प्रिय होता है।
and
और
money
प्राण
is,
जितना प्रिय
or
पैसा
opulence
वो
is
हमारे
as
प्राणों
dear
के
to
पास
us
रखता
as
है।
our life.
धक धक धक
So
धक 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 धक
we
धक।
keep money in our pocket.
सो कुल मिलाकर जेब और सही है, वास्तुशास्त्र के अनुसार जेब लेफ्ट साइड में ही होनी चाहिए।
According to Vastu also, it
तो
should be on
लक्ष्मी
the
जी
left
ने
side.
कहा कि प्रभु
So
अगर
Lakshmi ji
आपको
said
निर्णय
that
करना हो
today you need to take a
कि अपनी
decision
छाती पर मुझे
whether
रखना है
you want to keep
भृगु के
me
सिंह को रखना है।
or the feet of Bhrigu Rishi in your heart.
अब भगवान भी क्या करें?
The Lord
तब भगवान
was
ने कहा कि लक्ष्मी जी
had no answer. So he
मैं
said
तो
that,
दोनों को
oh
रखना
Lakshmi
चाहता
ji,
हूँ,
I want to keep both of
लेकिन
you,
आपका दिमाग
but
खटक गया है और आप ऑप्शन देना चाहते हो
if you
तो
want to
मैं
have an
मेरे
option,
भक्त
then
को नहीं छोड़
I
सकता।
cannot leave my devotee.
अहम भक्त पराधीना, मैं मेरे भक्तों
I
को
am
नहीं छोड़
surrendered
सकता।
to
इसका अर्थ
my
क्या?
devotees.
भगवान बड़े
What
बुद्धिमान
does
है,
it mean?
नेगेटिव तो बोलेंगे ही नहीं।
God, Lord is very intelligent. He will not say anything negative.
इसका अर्थ
So
मुझे
indirectly he said that if you
मेरे
want to
भक्त की
leave,
मर्जी,
you,
लेकिन भक्त को मैं
but
नहीं छोड़
I
सकता।
will not leave Bhrigu Rishi or the
लक्ष्मी जी
devotee.
को तो क्रोध आ चुका था।
So
अब
Lakshmi ji
फैसला
was
है, या मैं या आपके
agitated
भक्त।
and
भगवान ने अपने
angry,
भक्त और भगवान ने भी उद्धव जी को कहा कि उद्धव
and he told
उद्धव
Uddhav ji,
ब्रह्मा मेरा बेटा है,
Brahma is my
शिव
son,
मेरा अंश है और लक्ष्मी
Shiv
मेरी
is my
पत्नी है।
Lakshmi is my
मैं मेरे
wife,
भक्त से जितना
but
प्रेम करता हूँ
the love
उतना
that I
प्रेम
have for my
मेरी
devotee,
पत्नी, मेरा अंश,
I
मेरा
don't have
बेटा है,
anything,
मैं उनसे नहीं करता।
I don't have
जितना
that
मैं
love
भक्त
for
से
my
करता हूँ।
wife, my own part, the Shiva
लक्ष्मी जी
or
ने
my
कहा
son
ठीक
Brahma.
है, आपने ठान ही लिया है,
So
भक्त
Lakshmi
को
ji said
रखोगे।
that now that you've agreed that
तो
you want to
लक्ष्मी
keep
जी
your
वहां से
devotee,
चली गई
so Lakshmi ji left the abode of the
मधुर
Lord.
भवन से। लक्ष्मी जी भगवान विष्णु को छोड़कर चली गई
So she
और
left
लक्ष्मी जी
Lord
दो
Vishnu
भागों में स्प्लिट हो गई।
and she split in two
एक
parts.
भाग लक्ष्मी
One
अपने
part
वैभव के रूप में लक्ष्मी जी
as the god
कोल्हापुर में चली गई।
fortune, she went to Kolhapur
कोल्हापुर में पद्मावती के रूप से वे
and she
प्रकट हुई।
stayed there as a, she took the
हमें पता
manifestation of Padmavati and stayed there.
कि
And you
उस
might be aware
पद्मावती का विवाह
that
तिरुपति
Padmavati
बालाजी के साथ
was
हुआ।
married to Tirupati Balaji.
और फिर लक्ष्मी जी दूसरे रूप से
And in the second incarnation,
साक्षात रूप से कोल्हापुर में गई और अपने तेज रूप से
with her
समुद्र में
effulgence,
चली गई।
she entered the
एक रूप कोल्हापुर
ocean.
में, एक रूप समुद्र में चला गया।
So the
भगवान ने
part of
देखा
her
कि
effulgence
मेरी पत्नी रूठ कर
went
गई तो
to
गई।
the ocean.
अब
So
लक्ष्मी
the
जी
Lord
दो
realized
जगह
that
गई,
she has
कोल्हापुर
gone.
में और समुद्र में।
So she had gone to two
भगवान को
places,
तो लक्ष्मी भी चाहिए,
Kolhapur and Lakshmi.
तो
Even
भगवान
Lord
ने
needs the goddess of
तिरुपति
fortune.
बालाजी का रूप धारण
So he
किया
took the form
और
of
तिरुपति
Tirupati
बालाजी का
Balaji
अवतार लेकर
and he
उस
took that
पद्मावती के
incarnation
साथ पुनः विवाह
and he
किया और
married
प्राप्त किया। ये
Padmavati
अलग कथा है।
and married
लेकिन
her.
दूसरे रूप से लक्ष्मी
That is
समुद्र
another
में चली गई
pastime.
थी।
So
अब
on the other,
समुद्र से
the
भी लक्ष्मी को
effulgence
निकालना
of
था
Lakshmi
और
ji or
उससे
goddess of
विवाह
fortune
करना था।
was in the ocean. So he
तो
had to
भगवान ने क्या
get
किया?
her out of the ocean
समुद्र
and marry
मंथन
her.
करवाया।
So what he did,
इंद्र को तो सब
he
सीधा सीधा दिख रहे थे,
organized
लेकिन भगवान
this
ने जानबूझ
churning
के
of the milk ocean.
समुद्र
He
मंथन
could have
करवाया
directly
और
given
समुद्र से, वैसे अमृत
the
तो
heaven
समुद्र
to
में
Lord
प्रकट था,
Indra.
लेकिन उस समुद्र से लक्ष्मी जी प्रकट हुई
Although it is the,
और फिर
for the nectar,
लक्ष्मी
the
और
ocean was
नारायण
churned,
का
but it,
विवाह हुआ। आज
Lakshmi ji
चंद्रमा
also manifested and she was also,
बीच में आई, इसलिए
she,
चंद्रमा को मामा क्यों कहते हैं?
so she was,
हेलो क्यों, हेलो तुम
so
जवाब
then
दो।
she married. So
चंद्र
now
मामा
that
क्यों
today
कहते
is
हैं?
lunar eclipse, so
काका
why
क्यों नत कहते
the
हैं?
moon is called or referred
काका
as
क्यों नत कहते हैं?
maternal uncle, not
चंद्र
grandfather or
चंद्रमा को
paternal
मामा
uncle.
कहते हैं हम, है ना? आज चंद्र ग्रहण है तो एक तो होना चाहिए चंद्रमा के लिए, चंदा मामा। प्राय सब जगह पर सारे लोक में सभी जाति पाति में चंद्रमा को मामा कहते, सूरज दादा,
Suraj is considered as the grandfather, but moon is considered to be the maternal uncle. Why?
लक्ष्मी जी जगत
Because Lakshmi ji is the mother of every living entity
और
or mother of this material universe. So,
समुद्र से हुई।
from where did she manifest it? She manifested from the ocean. And in the same ocean, the moon also manifested.
लक्ष्मी जी जगत माता है, उसका प्राकट्य
So she is the mother of all the living entities.
समुद्र से बीज
From the same ocean from where she manifested, even moon manifested from the same ocean. So in this context, they can be considered as brother and sister.
इसलिए हम लोग चंद्रमा
And
मामा
that is why we refer to him as our maternal uncle.
आज मामा के ऊपर ग्रहण है, भगवान करे सब कुछ ठीक ठाक हो जाए। तो इस प्रकार से लक्ष्मी जी का समुद्र मंथन से प्राकट्य। मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि इस कार्तिक महीने की
So in this Kartik month Ekadashi, from the milk ocean, Lakshmi ji manifested.
और फिर इस पूर्णिमा के दिन आज
And on this Purnima day, today, Lakshmi and Narayan were married.
विवाह भी है,
And it is Tulsi Shaligram marriage as well.
सो एकादशी जो है वो लक्ष्मी जी का प्राकट्य दिन है।
So Ekadashi is considered to be the manifestation of
और फिर एकादशी या पूर्णिमा
Lakshmi ji, but it is also a manifestation date of Tulsi ji and Shaligram ji as well. And similarly, they all got married also on the Purnima day or the same day. So what is the vehicle of the goddess of fortune?
लक्ष्मी जी का वाहन है उल्लू।
So the vehicle, her vehicle is an owl
रात को देखता है, दिन को नहीं देखता,
who sees in night but not in the
अकेले कहीं जाती है
daylight.
कहीं ग्रोसरी
So,
के लिए, शॉपिंग के लिए, मॉल में,
so when Lakshmi ji, or goddess of fortune, travels alone,
उल्लू के ऊपर बैठकर जाती है।
she rides on this owl.
लेकिन लक्ष्मी जी जब नारायण के साथ कहीं
But when she goes with Narayan, then she sits on the eagle, that is Garur of the Lord. So I just want to say, if she's coming alone to your home, then she will cheat you. She will fool you. But if she comes with Narayan, then she will give you the fame like Garuji. So it's in our hand whether we want to be fooled or do we want to be great like the eagle. So if we want to be fooled, then we should just venerate goddess of fortune. But if we want fame, then we should venerate Lakshmi with her husband Narayana. So on the day of Ekadashi, Shri Tulsi Manani also manifested. So you all are aware of the pastime of Tulsi ji. So she has three forms. First is the spiritual form in the form of the goddess and the form of the entity. So her form or divine form in the eternal abode of the Lord as Vrinda Devi or Vrinda Sakhi. So this Vrinda Sakhi is the divine form who resides in the eternal abode of the Lord. We say Vrindavan. So this Vrindavan manifested from Vrinda Devi. And he is referred to as Vrindavan Bihari. So her divine form that you see in the background, she has a parrot in her hand. And she sees all the pastimes through the medium of this parrot. And she manages all the pastimes of the Lord with this divine form. And then she manifested as a plant which we all have in this material world.
वनस्पति पौधे के रूप में, तुलसी पत्र के रूप में, एक ही तुलसी है लेकिन उसका ये भौतिक रूप है, दैविक रूप
So this is the material form.
और आध्यात्मिक स्वरूप क्या है?
And what is her
जी का आध्यात्मिक स्वरूप? राधा
Adhyatmic
माधव
Swarup?
के हृदय में
That is,
प्रेम के रूप में विराजती हैं।
she resides as the love
तुलसी जी का
between Radharani and Krishna Dev.
सो नित्य गोलोक वृंदावन में रहने वाली तुलसी,
So she who resides in the eternal abode of the Lord,
यमुना भी धरती
as
पर आई,
Giriraj came, Yamuna ji came, Vrindavan came.
देवी
to the
तुलसी
middle.
देवी भी
Similarly, Vrinda Devi also
और
manifested.
कैसे धरती पर आना हुआ?
And how she came in Satyuga,
मथुरा के एक राजा,
in Mathura, there was a king,
उसकी कन्या श्री वृंदा के रूप में प्रकट हुई।
and Kalnemi, she manifested as his daughter. So she was born in the lineage of demons. Although she belonged to the demon family, but she was not demonic. We have an example of Bhakt Prahlad, a devotee Prahlad as well. He also was born in the lineage of demons. So this is the pastime of Satyuga. And when she was small child, Naraji came and he saw her hand and predicted her future. And he said, she will be the beloved of Lord Shri Krishna. So Naraji gave her a deity of Lord Shri Vishnu, and he gave her the Mahamantra, and she started venerating and serving the Lord. And her affinity towards the Lord manifested and increased manifold gradually. And on the other hand, she was to be married. Who shall she be married? So once upon a time, Devraj Indra, that is the king of heaven, were on their way to meet Lord Shiva, the greatest devotee of the Lord. So when we go to get association of devotees or satsanga, then we should always remember one thing.
तजी मान अभिमान संत मिलन को जाइए, तजी मान अभिमान। ऐसा करेंगे तो एक एक पग आगे बढ़े, एक एक पग आगे बढ़े, कोटि न यज्ञ समान, कोटि न यज्ञ समान। संत मिलन को चालिए तजी।
So when we are to associate with devotees of the Lord, then we should be careful that we should leave our pride and ego, and then only we should meet a devotee. And what will be the result, a benefit? So whatever steps you have moved to meet that person, so it gives the benediction of millions and millions of sacrifices.
संतों के पास भी जाना है और मान सम्मान भी चाहिए।
So if we want to associate with devotees and we want respect and honor, it's not going to happen. So something happened. So Shivji thought that I'll stay in Kailash and my devotees serve me. So whether they are serving me correctly or not. So one day they were standing as the bodyguard as a guard on his own home. So Lord Indra came at the door and said that we want to meet Lord Shiva. Shivji said, refuse, you cannot go. And Indra said, do you know who am I? He said that no matter what, but you cannot meet Lord Shiva. And they started fighting. And Indra took the Vajra to attack Lord Shiva. Shivji also became angry and his third eye opened. And they realized that he is not the God but Lord Shiva himself. So Brihaspati ji bowed down and said that please forgive my disciple. So somehow he controlled his anger. But Lord Shiva said that now my effulgence of the third eye has manifested. What should I do? So Brihaspati ji said, you should put it in the ocean because it has so much water. It will be destroyed there. So it was sent to the ocean. And as it touched by his effulgence, a child manifested. And he was crying and came on the surface of the ocean, and all the demigods came and asked, who is he? And Brahmaji came and said, and Brahmaji took this child in his own hands and he attacked Lord Brahma. So he started strangling Lord Brahma, and his eyes were, Brahmaji's eyes were filled with tears. So somehow they separated this child from Brahmaji, and he said that because he has made me cry, that is why he will be called Jalandhar. How much ferocious this child will be that on his birth, on the eve of his birth, he had made Brahma cry. So he was named Jalandhar Das. So he was demonic, and he made Shukracharya his bona fide spiritual master. And he became adult. He defeated everyone and became the king, and he started disturbing the demigods, and he married the daughter of Kalnemi Vrinda. So they both got married. So in India, when we make cake, so we just try different combinations, permutations and combinations. Similarly with this, with the katha or the pastime also, it so happens. So they both got married. So Vrinda was a very chaste and pious woman. She used to follow her principles of married life very seriously, and she used to serve Lord Vishnu as well with extreme austerity. So one time it so happened that all the demigods were distressed that who will kill Jalandhar, and they all came to Naradji, and Naradji said that only Shivji can kill him because he has manifested from Lord Shiva. But why will Lord Shiva kill him? There is no benefit for him. So demigods told Naraji that can you plan something? So one day he came to Jalandhar, and he's respected everywhere. So Jalandhar bowed down and said, I am the king of the whole world by your mercy. He said that it's futile. A person is considered king when she has a beautiful wife or a good wife. He said, from where shall I bring a wife? He said, very cute. Wife is one who is in Kailash. If you bring Parvati, then you will be considered the king of the whole material. Jalandhar said it's not a great feat. He went to Kailash. he wanted to abduct Parvati ji, and there was a fight between Jalandhar and Shiva. So Vrinda was so much engrossed in worshipping or serving the Lord Vishnu, and because of her chastity, nobody was able to defeat her husband Jalandhar. So Shivji called Vishnu and said that please do something, otherwise he will abduct my wife. Vishnu said that what should I do? He said that his wife is a chaste woman. So her piety and chastity should be benedicted. So a woman who follows the religious principle of a wife, what is the benefit or fruit? So if a wife serves her husband as a Lord, then what is the benefit? Lord Shri Krishna accepts her as his own wife. That is the fruit or benefit of being. We see this Katha in a negative light, that he broke the chastity of Vrindavan. No, he didn't broke her chastity, but he gave the benefit of her austerity and piety towards her husband. So who have given this order that we should follow this religious principle? So this was given by the Lord himself. And if a woman is following the same, then the Lord will give the fruit of the same. And what is that? The Lord himself manifests as her husband. So we should follow this principle. So there was, as I give you an example or analogy, so there was a person whose wife used to serve him, and he had to go to the outside the country, and she said that if you go, whom will I serve? How will I stay alone? He said that I have a plan. He made a similar idol and said that you see him and serve him and stay with him, so you won't feel alone. So she agreed and she started serving the idol form of her husband. And after a few years, she used to serve this idol as her husband. And after so many years, when the husband came back, she stopped serving the idol, but she started serving the Lord or her original husband. So the husband in this world are the deity or idol form, but the benefit of serving the husband of this material world is that we will get the Lord. So as you all are aware that I'm sharing only the information or the pastime which is seldom shared. So they went there to fight, and Vishnuji took the form of Jalandhar and stayed with Vishnuji, and thus Jalandhar was killed, and his beheaded head fell into the lap of Vrindaji. When Vrinda Devi saw that if my husband's head is there, but then who is the one who is sitting next to me? And she said that, who are you who took the form of my husband? The Lord didn't say anything. He didn't utter a word. And Vrindaji Devi cursed him. I'm asking you again and again, who are you? You're standing like a stone. Your heart is as hard as stone. So I curse you that you become a stone. the Lord was smiling. He said that I'm angry and you are smiling. I curse you that you will have insects in your stomach. And immediately Shiv and Parvati manifested and they revealed everything that he's that he's here to give you the fruit of your austerity. He is Vishnu himself. She felt guilty and she started to ask for forgiveness. But Vishnu just said that you should not worry. This is my desire, which I got fulfilled through your medium, and you have satisfied me. You have followed the religious principles set by me. So I give you 6 boons. It is mentioned in Padma Puran. Lord Vishnu gave her 6 benedictions. First, that in all these 3 worlds, in 84 lakhs of species, you will manifest as Tulasi and you will be worshipped by all the demigods. That is the first benediction. Secondly, you will stay at my feet, lotus feet eternally. You will never be separated from my lotus feet. Third, without you, Tulsi, and without you as Tulsi, I will not accept anything, whether it's a bhog or bhogi, like us. So that is why we wear Tulsi Ji's, then only the Lord accepts us. And the fourth benediction was, in future I will marry you because you have followed the principles of chastity. So I will marry you. And the fifth boon was that when I will manifest in Braj Vrindavan, then you will manage the whole pastimes. And the sixth boon is, after Srimati Radharani, if there will be anyone who will be worshipped, that will be you.
वृषभानुजाया दत्ताधिकारे वृषभानुजा वृंदे नमस्ते चरणारविंदम वृंदे नमस्ते चरणारविंदम. इस प्रकार दत्त
So in this manner, Lord Shri Krishna gave her the authority that after the daughter of Rishbhanu, Tulsi ji was given the authority. So the head of Jalandhar that fell was destroyed, and she also left her body and there, and the dust that came, and from there Tulsi ji manifested as the plant. So to manifest Tulsi ji, we needed pure soul, and that could be from only a chaste woman like Tulsi ji or Vrinda Devi. So on the Kartik Ekadashi, Tulsi ji manifested. Such is her mercy and benediction on us. So we are seeing Vraj Vrindavan. So I want to add one thing. If we have a desire that how we can reside in Braj. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has written beautifully how we can reside in Braj. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has sung the glories of Braj Vrindavan. The writer who wrote the Guru Ashtakam, he is one of the Acharyas in our disciplic succession. So when he was a child, so his elder brother used to be a preacher of Shrimad Bhagavatam. And he made him his spiritual master, and he learned Bhagavatam and heard Bhagavatam from him. And it is said, with focused mind and heart, in 1 year, he read and understood the 12 cantos of Shrimad Bhagavatam. And then his elder brother said, now that you have learned Bhagavatam from me, so what is the essence of this Shrimad Bhagavatam? He said that I don't know, I have read, but I don't know the essence. Then he said, you go and reread the Bhagavatam and come back to me. So he started rereading the Bhagavatam. So constantly he read for 1 more year. And then he went to his spiritual master, that is his elder brother. He said that I've read it again. And he said that, okay, then tell me what is the essence of Shrimad Bhagavatam. When Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said that, I just understood the essence of Bhagavatam is that in this human life is difficult to get. Therefore, we should reside in Vrindavan as soon as possible. And when his brothers heard this, he was satisfied. He said, I am a preacher, but yet I couldn't understand, but you understood this in 2 years. This Chakravarti Thakur, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has written this beautiful verse. I don't want yoga or siddhi or liberation, that is mukti. I don't want to be an eternal associate of the Lord in Vaikuntha. I don't even want yoga. So what does he want? And I just want only one and only one thing, that is, I want to reside in Vrindavan eternally. So if you have this in your mind that we want to reside in Vrindavan, we should stay there permanently, then what should we do? So first of all, to reside in Vrindavan, wherever we stay or live, we should attend Mangla Aarti. So what are we supposed to do? We should attend Mangla Aarti. And we'll have to wake up at 4 o'clock. And till the time we get up in Brahmurat, we will not get the residence in Braja. So what is the reference? So we all do Mangla Aarti. We sing the Guru Ashtakam.
नल लीढ़ लोक त्राणाय कारुण्य घनाघनत्वं प्राप्तस्य कल्याण गुणाणवस्य वंदे गुरु श्री चरणारविंदम। गुरुअष्टकम हम गाते हैं तो ये तो
When we
आपने
sing Guru Ashtakam,
सब जानते हैं,
you all are aware of the 8 verses.
वही समझ पाएगा।
So only those who know will understand. So when do we sing this? We sing it 4:30 in the morning.
कीर्तन नित्य गीत है और फिर श्री विग्रह आराधन नित्य नाना चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत प्रसादो श्री राधिका माधुर्य और पार निकुंज योनो रति केली सिद्धिये, है ना। फिर साक्षात हरित्वेन समस्त शास्त्रे यस्य प्रसादात भगवत प्रसाद, ऐसे 8 श्लोक है ना। प्रॉब्लम ये है कि आप लोगों के पास केवल 8 श्लोक ही है।
So the problem is that you have only 8 verses. Actually, it has 9 verses. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur had written 8 verses. So what is the fruit of those Ashtakam? So anybody who attends the Mangla and sings the Guru Ashtakam, what is the result? What is the fruit? So there is a 9th verse which is added by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So on the end, this is the 9th, which we don't sing, but it is there. So wherever you are, if you wake up at the Brahmuhurat, what is the fruit? It is mentioned here, Shrimad Gurur Ashtakam Etat. So, the Guru Ashtakam that is written by Vishwanath Chakravarti, by getting up early morning, that is Brahma Muhurat, and recites this Guru Ashtakam, and if someone recites this and Patti Pratnyat, so you have to sing and read. Pratnat means to try. So to get up at 4 o'clock requires great determination and effort to get up early morning. So if someone gets up at Brahmuhurat and recites this, so what is the result? Vrindavan Nath Sakshat Sevaye Labhya. That means he attains Vraj Vrindavan, and there he gets in devotional service of the Lord in Vrindavan. So now we are doing the Vraj. So if you have this desire that we should also participate, then what are we supposed to do? We should get up early morning and attend Mangla Aarti at 4:30. We should read Guru Ashtakam so that we can reside in Vraj. And the second thing that we should do, that right now we cannot go, those who are in Vraj, we should serve such residents of Vraja, or we should serve Vraj Bhumi. And third, what we can do is, wherever we stay, we should serve Tulsi Maharani there. So that is why Srila Prabhupada said that twice in a day she should be venerated.
कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवत्ये नमो नमः। आप एक एक श्लोक में देखिए, तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी नमो नमः।
If you see each of the verse,
अब राधा और कृष्ण कहाँ
that
रहते हैं मुझे बताइए?
mm,
वृंदावन में रहते हैं ना?
Radha and Krishna reside in Vrindavan,
आने वाले राधा कृष्ण
and
की सेवा करें,
if we
यही
want to
हमारा
serve
desire
them,
है।
that is our desire.
फिर तीसरे श्लोक में
And in the third verse it is said,
शरण लॉय तार वांछा पूर्ण होय। तुलसी जी,
so,
जो
O
आपकी
Tulsi
शरण
Maharani,
ग्रहण
who
करता
takes
है,
your
उसकी
shelter,
इच्छा आप पूर्ण करती हो,
his desires are
और उसकी इच्छा
fulfilled.
पूर्ण करके क्या करती हो? कृपा करी कर तारे वृंदावन वासी,
And by your
उसको
mercy,
वृंदावन का वासी बना
you
देती हो।
make them the residents
पूरी
of
तुलसी
Vrindavan.
आरती में आप देखोगे
In the whole
वृंदावन,
Tulsi Aarti, you will see
वृंदावन, वृंदावन।
Vrindavan is repeated again and again.
ये तुलसी आरती का कंक्लूजन ही वृंदावन है।
And this is the conclusion of
आगे
Vrinda
बढ़ते हैं,
Aarti.
अगले श्लोक में
So if we proceed
वृंदावन
further
में यही
in the next
अभिलाषा,
verse,
विलास कुंजे दियो वास। क्या कहते हैं ठाकुर भक्तिविनोद दीन
so
कृष्ण दास? कि मेरी ये
what
अभिलाषा
is
है कि मैं
Bhaktivinoda
विलास
Thakur says
कुंज में
that
वास करूं। विलास
my
कुंज
desire
अमेरिका
is
में
that
है,
I want to stay in
अमेरिका
Vilas
में
Kunj.
है,
So is it
तो
in
विलास
UK or
कुंज तो
US?
यही वृंदावन में ही है ना।
It is in Braj Vrindavan.
तो प्रत्येक श्लोक में आप देख सकते हैं मेरी ये अभिलाषा है कि मैं विलास कुंज माने वृंदावन में वास करूं, और वहां वास करके क्या सोता रहूं? नहीं, नयन हेरी सदा युगल रूप राशि, मैं मेरे नयन आंखों
And
से युगल
from
स्वरूप
my
का
own
दर्शन
eyes,
करता रहूं।
I always see
यही
the
निवेदन धरो
form
सखी
of Radha and
अनुगत
Krishna
करो।
together. And
मेरा
my
ये
desire
निवेदन है
or
कि
request is
मुझे
that
सखियों के अनुगत कर दीजिए।
make me
सखी
a follower
कौन है?
of
सखी
the
ललिता विशाखा चित्रलेखा इंदु,
eternal associates of the Lord, that is the
तो ये सखी
Sakhis.
कहाँ मिलेगी?
So where will we find these Sakhis?
अमेरिका में। हाँ, यहाँ गोपी ड्रेस होता है लेकिन अंदर गोपी नहीं होती, पूतना होती। जैसे पूतना है ना, गोकुल में आई थी गोपी ड्रेस पहन
So
के,
as Putna came in Gopi
सखी तो
dress,
ब्रज में
so
मिलेगी ना।
Sakhi you will
ब्रज में
find only in
वास
Vraja
है, सखियों का वास है।
because they reside
तो यहाँ
there.
दूसरे श्लोक में कहते हैं यही निवेदन धरो, मेरा ये निवेदन है कि सखी अनुगत
So
करो। तो
I
सखी का
request
अनुगत तो ब्रज
that I
वृंदावन
am
में होगा।
able
सेवा
to
में
follow
देखिए
and I
अनुगत
follow
करो
the
निज
eternal
भाव।
associates, but they reside in
तो ये
Vrindavan.
सारे श्लोक आप देख सकते हैं
So if you see all these
वृंदावन को
verses,
ही इंडिकेट करते
they
हैं।
indicate to Vrindavan.
दीन कृष्ण दासे कोई यही जय न मोर होय, श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमे सदा ये न भासी। तो इस प्रकार से
So in this way are the glories of Rishma.
मुझे बताइए शिल प्रभुपाद जी कहाँ से आए?
So
मैं आपको
from where did Srila Prabhupada
हमारे
came?
नरक से तो नहीं आए होंगे। शिल प्रभुपाद जी कहाँ से आए? भगवान के धाम से ही आए।
He came from the
भगवान
eternal
की
abode of the
दिव्य
Lord.
लीला से
So from the eternal abode of the Lord,
धर्म की स्थापना करने के
to
लिए,
establish the
भक्ति की
religious
सिखाने
principles,
के लिए,
to teach us devotional service.
मंजरी कोई गोपी कोई सखी के रूप में ही शिल प्रभुपाद जी होंगे, लेकिन ये आए।
He
तो कहीं
might
ना
be
कहीं
a
शिल
Manjari or a
प्रभुपाद आए
Sakhi.
गोलोक
So
वृंदावन से आए।
he came from Golok Vrindavan.
आंसर आपको देना पड़ेगा। शिल प्रभुपाद जी कहाँ से आए? वृंदावन से आए।
So he came from
अब जब
Vrindavan.
वृंदावन से आए तो प्रभुपाद जी कहाँ रहे? प्रभुपाद
So
जी
where
का
did he
घर
stay?
कहाँ पर है?
Where was his home?
तो शिल प्रभुपाद जी अक्सर कहते थे
So he used to say,
मुंबई इज माय ऑफिस,
Mumbai is my office,
मायापुर इज माय वर्शिप प्लेस,
Mayapur is
एंड
my worship
वृंदावन इज
place,
माय होम।
Vrindavan is my home.
तो वृंदावन शिल प्रभुपाद जी का घर कहाँ पर?
So
वृंदावन।
Srila Prabhupada's
तो
home
प्रभुपाद
was
कहाँ
in
से आए?
Vrindavan,
वृंदावन
and he
से।
came from
कहाँ रहे?
Vrindavan. Where he
वृंदावन में
stayed,
रहे।
he stayed in Vrindavan. So
पूरी
now let's
दुनिया
proceed
को
further.
पवित्र करने के लिए,
After
प्रचार करने के लिए
for
श्रीमद्
purifying and
भागवतम
preaching
भगवद गीता का अनुवाद,
the whole
ट्रांसलेशन उन्होंने कहाँ बैठ के
universe,
किया?
he translated Shrimad Bhagavatam where?
राधा दामोदर
That was
मंदिर
in
में।
Radha Damodar Temple in Vrindavan.
ओके, चलो ये हो गया। शिल प्रभुपाद जी वृंदावन से अमेरिका आए
He came to US
तो
from
अमेरिका,
Vrindavan.
यूरोप या पूरी दुनिया में जाकर प्रचार किसका किया?
So what did he preached?
वृंदावन का।
He preached about Vrindavan.
वृंदावन बिहारी राधा कृष्ण।
Yeah.
अब अमेरिका में देखेंगे न्यू वृंदावन।
So he established New
अमेरिका,
Vrindavan.
फ्लोरिडा में हमारे यहाँ पर न्यू रमन रेती धाम।
So here in
तो यहाँ पर
Florida
न्यू
we
रमन
have
रेती
New
धाम
Raman
किसने
Retidham.
प्रचार किया?
So he preached about Vrindavan in US.
वृंदावन कभी अलग हुआ ही नहीं।
So he never got separated from Vrindavan.
वृंदावन में ग्रंथ लिखे, वृंदावन में पूरी दुनिया में प्रचार किया किसका? वृंदावन का। और जब श्री प्रभुपाद जी बीमार हो गए और उनको
And
ऐसा
when
पता
he was
चला कि
sick
मुझे जाना है,
and he realized that
करना
I
है,
have to leave
तो श्री
and I have to
प्रभुपाद जी कहाँ
depart,
पर आए?
so where did he stay? He resided in Vrindavan.
धाम में कहाँ से गए? कहाँ से
So he
depart हुए?
went
वृंदावन से।
from Vrindavan
तो
to the
जिस
eternal abode of the Lord.
हमारे प्राण है, जिसके साथ हम जुड़े हुए हैं, उनका
So
जीवन
that
ही
Srila
वृंदावन
Prabhupada,
से
who
जुड़ा
is
हुआ है।
our life and
केवल
soul,
वृंदावन भाव
and we are attached to
ही
him,
प्राप्त हो सकता है। श्री
he was so attached to Vrindavan. So we can also attain Vrindavan by the mercy of Tulsi Maharani.
दूसरी ओर क्या
So
हुआ?
the Lord gave the benediction,
शालिग्राम के विषय में बहुत सारी कथाएं हैं।
and there are so many pastimes regarding Shaligram ji as well.
नृत्यांगना हुआ करती थी,
So there was a dancer
हुआ करती थी,
or a prostitute
बुरे कर्म करती थी, लेकिन
who had done so many
में आकर पवित्र
sinful activities,
इतना
but
भजन किया, इतना
because
सत्संग
of her
किया,
association with
भगवान
devotees and sages, she
उनके
was
प्रसन्न
purified,
हुए, प्रकट हो गए।
and the Lord manifested.
तो भगवान ने कहा तुम्हें जो चाहिए मांग लो।
And
उस वेश्या ने कहा अब तो
he
वो
said
चली
that
गई, अब तो वो
you can
निकल
ask
गई।
anything that you
बोले
want.
प्रभु,
So now she was a devotee of
जैसे
the Lord.
कौशल्या ने आपको
So she
लाड
said that
लड़ाए,
as Kaushalya
जैसे माँ यशोदा ने आपको लाड लड़ाए,
mothered you
जैसे कौशल्या यशोदा ने
or enjoyed
गोद में आपको
motherhood
उठाया, आप उसकी गोद में
and
खेले,
you played in her
उसी
lap,
तरह मेरी गोद में
similarly
खेलो,
as Yashoda Mai,
मुझे आशीर्वाद चाहिए।
yeah, you
और उन
I
लोगों
want a
ने
benediction that I
जिन्होंने
should be
मुझे
your mother.
लाड लड़ाए, मैं 100 वर्ष तक आपको गोद में लाड लड़ाऊं, ऐसा
I
मुझे
want to be your mother and enjoy your pastimes for 100 years. So
नदी बनोगे
the
और
Lord
मैं
agreed,
तुम्हारे
and he said
जीवन
that
में शालिग्राम शिला के रूप में प्रकट होऊंगा और निरंतर जैसे राम
and
कौशल्या के गोद
he
में
said
खेले,
that
कृष्ण यशोदा के गोद में खेले,
you will
ऐसे
manifest
मैं
as a
शालिग्राम
Ganki
के रूप
river,
में
and I will manifest as
तुम्हारी गोद में
Shaligram,
खेलूंगा।
and I will be in your lap
फिर वो
for
नृत्यांगना काली
eternity.
की नदी हुई।
Said that prostitute became Gandki river,
और भी
and the Lord manifested as Shaligram. So there is
बहुत
another pastime. There was a great
असुर वैसे तो
demon.
शिव जी की तपस्या करते हैं, लेकिन इसने
So usually
भगवान
they
कृष्ण की
pray
तपस्या
Lord
की,
Shiva, but this
वो
one
कृष्ण के रूप में मोहित हो
venerated
गया।
Lord Krishna, and he
भगवान
was
से कृष्ण की तपस्या किया,
so
कृष्ण
much,
को प्रकट कर लिया। कृष्ण जब प्रकट हुए
he
तो
was in
कहा, "ए श्री, क्या चाहिए?"
so much
बोले आप
loved.
के लाल लाल गाल
He
जो
loved the
है,
form of
मुझे
the
आपको
Lord,
खाने का
and he
मन हो रहा है।
satisfied him.
अब
And
असुर
he
क्या
said that
चाहते हैं? वो तो नॉनवेज खाते ही है।
your cheeks are so red that I want to eat you.
और आपके लाल लाल गाल है, इतना अच्छा लगते हो, और हमारी
You look
बस्ती
so
में
beautiful.
बनते हैं,
And it
तो
is
हम
our
तुरंत
nature
खा जाते हैं।
that we eat
बोले सिर्फ आप
people.
मुझे पूछते हो, मतलब ये
So
अभियान आपको मेरे पर छोड़ना है,
if you
तो मैं
want
आपको
to
खाने
ask
का
me,
मन कर रहा है।
I want to eat you.
भगवान ने कहा तथास्तु,
The Lord said,
भक्त की
Tathastu,
सारी इच्छा पूर्ण
I
करता
will
हूँ। तुझे
fulfill
मुझे खाने का मन
all.
कर रहा है,
So you want to
अगले
eat me?
जन्म में
So
गंध
in
की
the
नदी का
next birth,
कीड़ा बनेगा,
you will become an
और तू
insect
मुझे
in
खाएगा।
Gandki river, and you will eat me.
फिर क्या हुआ?
So what
गंध की
happened?
नदी और उसमें भगवान शालिग्राम शिला,
So Shaligram Shila
शिला
manifested,
कीड़े के रूप में जन्म
and
लिया।
he
और फिर आप जानते हो ना,
took the form of an
शालिग्राम
insect.
शिला में कीड़े जो है ना, उसे
So
खाते
these
हैं और
insects
भगवान जी
eat
का स्वरूप
away,
बनाते, उसे शिव
and they
जी
make
बनाते हैं।
a shape
और अनेकों
of the
प्रकार की
Lord.
शालिग्राम
And
शिला होती
there
है।
are so many types of
इसी तरह
Shaligram
से
ji.
शालिग्राम जी की बड़ी करुणा है, कृपा है। शालिग्राम जी की महिमा
So the glories of Shaligram ji
हमारे
is sung in
गाई गई है।
thousands of verses in
शालिग्राम
our
की
Puranas.
कथा हो सकती है, बड़ी महिमा
We
है।
can have 7 days past
शालिग्राम
time
बड़े
or katha.
कृपालु भगवान है,
He's so
और
merciful,
इसका प्रमाण सदन कसाई के जीवन में हमको देखने मिलता है।
and we can see the example in
छोड़ दिया, बोले भगाओ,
Sadan Kasai.
सदन के साथ रहना है।
He went to stay with the cobbler,
पंचतत्व की कथा शुरू करने
and
वाला
from
है।
tomorrow we will start the pastimes of Panchatatva,
उनके मूल में
and
तो
the
शालिग्राम जी
foundation
तो बैठे हैं।
is
श्री
Shaligram ji. Sri
शालिग्राम
Advaitacharya
पर जल अर्पण करके तुलसी दल
used to
मत
offer
जले न चित
water and Tulsi ji on him.
शालिग्राम को एक तुलसी पत्र दे दो, थोड़ा
And if you offers little water and tulsi ji to he sells himself for the devotee. He became so merciful. So Advaita Acharya used to offer water and tulsi ji to Shaligram ji, and he requested him to manifest. And because of that, Lord Shri Krishna, with the mellow of Srimati Radharani, manifested as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this way, the Lord manifests. So there is a beautiful marriage ceremony of Tulsi ji and Shaligram. So either on Ekadashi or Tulsi ji, they both get married by the devotees. So time is almost up. Do you want to see the darshan or shall we keep it tomorrow? So we have so far covered 4 days. So the 5th day was in Barsana, Shriji Mandir. So let's go to the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. Shri Barsana Dham ki jai.
श्रीमती राधा रानी का घर हुआ करता था.
The place that you see right now is the home of Srimati Radharani in Dwapar Yuga. It was called Vrishbhanu's palace. It was the home of Vrishbhanu Baba. It is now transformed into a temple, and it is called Shriji Temple. So here the darshan is Ladli Lal. You can see the height. It's on. So this Barsana is situated on Lord Brahma himself. Lord Brahma performed austerity, and he asked a benediction that you should do pastimes on my heart. So Brahmaji manifested as a mountain, and he has 4 heads. So his one is Dangar, second is Mangar, third is Rasgar, and then Bhavnagar, where the Morkutir is there. So this Vilasgarh has this temple. So the pastime is such that their Nandeshwar Mahadev had Nand Bhavan. So Radharani was upset. She said that you have kept a condition that only a person who is free of anger, lust, envy, etc. can only enter Nand. So she said, Radharani said that you make a greater palace, and if someone enters with my name on their lips, they can enter here. That is my condition. So the king of Rajasthan made a great temple, and he had this desire that Ladli Lal should reside there. And Prithvasi said that you will take the deities and then you will take them to Jaipur. So they opposed. So the temple was created. So in the temple, Kushal Bihari ji resides. So this manner, this is the whole Barsana village. And when we proceed from here and go down, there is Radha Man Bihari temple, where she used to get upset with Krishna and he used to appease her. So there were beautiful pastimes that were performed here. And then there is Satrik Hor, where Krishna used to stop Radharani and her associates to get funds from here. So, so Yashoda Maiya put turmeric on her hand and was married. So, so when she was coming back to Barsana, she washed her hand. So till date, that place where she washed her hand is called as Pokhar Kund, and it is yellow till date. So this is the darshan of Kushal Bihari ji. And then there is another beautiful place, that is Prem Sarovar, which signifies the love between Radha and Krishna. So it is said that one time they both were sitting together and a bumblebee came and started disturbing her. So Madhumangal came and they took the bumblebee away. And when then he said that Madhu has left. Madhu has left. So Krishna also has one name as Madhu. So Radharani thought that Krishna has left. So she started crying that now who will appease me? And her eyes were filled with tears. And seeing her love for him, he also started crying. And this whole wharf was filled with the tears of Srimati Radharani and Krishna. Today is our great fortune. We are seeing Prem Sarovar. And we used to hear the pastimes. So we used to sit there for hours and discuss the pastimes of the Lord. So what a coincidence that on the marriage day of Tulsi Devi and Shaligram ji, we are in the Prem Sarovar. So then there is this Vrinda Kund. So this is the darshan of Srimati Vrinda Devi. So this is a beautiful darshan. And what a coincidence is that it's our great fortune. So this is the darshan of Srimati Vrinda Devi, where she resides. And this is her home. And from here, in Vraj, she arranges all the pastimes of Lord Krishna. It was our great fortune that we did Vrinda Tulsi Arti. And we had our prasad also here. So the Maharaj was very merciful. And every year we have prasadam here. Every year. So this is my favorite place. So then after that there is Charan Pahadi. So when Krishna used to play flute to call his cows, the stones used to melt. And this is the imprint of Krishna's foot and his stick and the feet of the calf. So it is not created. This was imprinted because of the flute by which it manifested. So after that, there is a Bhajan Kutir of Sanatan Goswami, and finally Nand Bhavan. So we reached Nand Bhavan. So this is on the Nandishwar Mahadev mountain. So this is the Saksha Darshan. Krishna and Balram, Nand and Yashoda Rani, Krishna's associates.
किसी संत ने बहुत सुंदर कहा, राधा राधा रटते जाए प्रीत न दूजी कोई, राधा राधा रटते जाए, प्रीत न दूजी कोई, राधा में संसार बसे हैं, हम राधा के होई। तो इस प्रकार राधा
So in this manner,
और भगवान श्री कृष्ण का ये नंद गांव,
Radharani versus, and this is the Pavan of Nand.
पांचवा दिन यहाँ पर
And we concluded our 5th day.
ब्रज वृंदावन यात्रा की,
Vraj,
वृंदावन धाम की। आइए लगे हाथ। अंतिम दिन वृंदावन में, फिर तो हरिद्वार गंगा के तट पर। वो
so
हम कल
after this,
सुनेंगे।
this is the last day of Vrindavan, because after that we went to Haridwar.
क्या हुआ? खुशियों की मटकी फूटी, मन माखन सा हो गया, कान्हा की बांसुरी सुना तो रोम रोम वृंदावन हो गया। ये वृंदावन में हमारा छठा दिन और हमारा प्रथम दर्शन।
So this was the 6th day, and we were at the Guru Govind Dev temple, and we all were obliged. Guru Dev Maharaj manifested or came to bless us. So Sri Radha Govind Goswami Maharaj came. So his glance was sufficient for all of us, and it is the symbol of the success of this yatra. It was certified. So Govind Dev Ji, who was the life and soul of, so there was one cow who used to offer milk to this mountain, and Rup Goswami, he manifested in the dream of Rup Goswami, please take me out and please establish me. So Sri Rup Goswami from this Gomatila took the Lord out and manifest and established Govind Dev Ji. So, and thus he is the life and soul of Sri Rup Goswami. So in south, there is a huge Ranganath temple, and he resides in Braj Vrindavan as well. So after that we went to Ranganath Ji's darshan, and after that we went to Gopeshwar Mahadev, sorry. So Shivji took the form of a gopi and came to Vrindavan. So there is a darshan of Gopeshwar Mahadev, and then Panchivat, where Krishna played his flute, and then Radha Gopinath Ji's darshan. Gopal Bhatt Goswami had a Shaligram Shila, and Radha Raman Ji manifested from that. So we went to have Radha Raman darshan, and then we went to Nidhivan, where Lord Krishna performs Ras Leela. Then we went to Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Damodar, Seva Kunj, and Banke Bihari temple, and Madan Mohan. So in this way, we had so many darshan.
वृंदावन तो वृंदावन है, प्रेम राग की राजधानी, प्रेम यहाँ बसता राधा में, मुरली मधुर मुरारी में, प्रेम यहाँ अधरों की भाषा, नयनों की लयकारी में, प्रेम यहाँ रसधार रसीली, मीठा यमुना का पानी। सो इस प्रकार से अनेकों भक्त हरि नाम जप लिए, संकल्प किए।
So many people took the Hari Naam. Wow. And this way, the 6th day concluded. The monkey has taken the specs.
सब द्वार श्री राधा रमण भगवान की। चल परली पार कन्हैया ले चल परली पार, जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी हो, जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी, अलबेली सरकार कन्हैया ले चल परली पार। श्री श्री राधा दामोदर भगवान की। शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम। कदम केरी जाड़ो बोले श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, आंबा डाले कोयल बोले श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, मथुरा जी नाचो बा बोले श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, गली गली गहवर वन बोले श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम। हो कदम केरी जाड़ो बोले श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, आंबा डाले कोयल बोले। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय हो। ये सब दिवाली का बोनस मिल रहा है। So,
All
बहुत
this
सुंदर।
is Diwali's bonus.
आप सभी भक्त
So you all have been
समय निकालकर
listening.
इस
You've
कथा
spared
में
your
उपस्थित होते हो, सभी भक्तों का धन्यवाद।
so much time.
और अब
So I'm really grateful to all of you.
जिस वृक्ष के नीचे बैठकर
So Shukrital, where Shukdev ji
हरिद्वार हरिकृष्ण
presented
ऋषिकेश
the pastimes of the Lord on the
कल हम इसको आराम से करेंगे।
banks of River Ganga at Haridwar.
प्रारंभ होगी
So from tomorrow we will listen to that, and the pastime of Panchatatva will also start from tomorrow. So please stay tuned and make your
विशेष धन्यवाद
life
करूंगा इस
fruitful.
कथा के आयोजक
So I really want to
और मणिबेन
be,
वधुकुल के पावन
express my great
के साथ
gratitude towards you,
शुद्ध प्रेम प्राप्त करने
towards the organizers, that is the Vadukul family, Shri Bharat Bhai, Nayan Manjari Mata, Vidur Prabhu, Vidurani Mata, Creed Bhai, Renuka Mata, and their children in reverie of their ancestors.
निकालकर उपस्थित रहे
And you all have been attending. So we listen the pastimes and purify ourselves. So let's conclude the session with Jai Jaikar.